Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I uploaded a what's in my swim bag video, and the main reason for that is that a couple of years ago I sustained a pretty bad injury at Reformer Pilates, and it's been a really long rehab process, and unfortunately swimming wasn't a part of that for a very long time. So I'm really glad to be back in the pool, back in the water, because yeah, it was a super difficult time not being able to do the exercise that I would normally enjoy during that period, and yeah, a very long recovery. So I've got an updated video for you today and some updates as to what is in my swim bag. The first change is that I have just bought a new swim bag. So this is the Speedo Flex bag, 25 litres. So this is 10 litres smaller than my previous swim bag. And the idea behind this bag is called the Flex bag because you can basically include other things in your bag that's not just for swimming. So the main thing being that it has a laptop compartment, which is the main thing that drew this to me. So the compartment is just here at the back, which is nice and like safe and secure, having it against your back as you're carrying it. The pocket itself is really well padded, and some nice padded straps as well. So I do like the idea of that, especially for the days where you might want to, I don't know, pop to a cafe, do some work or some studying alongside visiting the pool. But you'll notice that actually the tag is still on this bag because I'm just not fully convinced about it as yet. One of the main reasons for that is the way in which this bag opens is a little bit strange. So basically it opens along the top and along the side, but not all the way around like a normal rucksack would do. So what you're left with is a kind of sideways opening, which is okay, but I definitely don't find that as handy as my previous bag. So my previous Speedo bag here, I think this is called, let me just check what this is called. What is the Speedo 35 litre swim bag called? It is the Speedo Teamster 2.0. So this is my previous swim bag. This is the Speedo Teamster 2.0, I think. As I say, bigger, 35 litres, but I really like the way in which this opens. If you open it like this, it sits up by itself, and then you can just reach in and you can easily see everything at the same time. And when you're in the changing rooms and you've got maybe a small bench to stick your bag on, that's super handy, especially after the pool when you try not to get everything wet. Whereas with this, I just find that kind of awkward, really. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this bag if you've used it before. So yeah, in terms of other parts of the bag, we've also got a big pocket along the front. So this goes all the way across. So that'd be handy for something like maybe an iPad. And then here we've got a smaller pocket as well, just on top. So again, handy for like phone and keys. And on the side, a good sized water bottle holder there. So this is my water bottle that I take. So quite handy that you can keep that on the outside. And then we've also got a smaller pocket just above that, which is a zipped pocket. So again, lots of places to put your valuables, which I do really like. And there's also handles, so both one on the top here and one on the side here. So for me, when I saw the design of this bag, I thought that actually if it didn't open all the way around, it would actually instead be more like a suitcase opening. I think that would really be handy if you could put it down, unzip it, and then open it and see everything that was inside. But yeah, we've just got this strange in-between situation. So what's inside the bag? First up, we've got swimming costumes. So I think I mentioned in my last what's in my swim bag video that I started a phase of zip-up swimming costumes. And I'm still in that phase, and I'm finding it really good actually, because it's much easier to get a swimming costume on and off if you've got a zip. So the previous one I showed you was zip up at the back, which is okay, but it can be a little bit awkward. So now I've also got this one, which is zip up at the front. My initial concern was obviously just to make sure that is a very secure zip, but it is, and it's worked well. Really kind of good quality zip. So this is a Speedo swimming costume. So it zips up like that, stays up nice and secure when you close it. I really love the turquoise colour of this swimming costume. And then at the back it's fully covered, and yeah, you just feel nice and secure, and it's been really good for swimming. Next up I've got my sliders, which I just keep in a little plastic bag so that they don't get anything dirty or wet. These are from Adidas. I think they were about £15. Bought them a few years ago now, but these have been really good. They're very lightweight in my bag, and also that means that they dry off really quickly as well. So definitely handy to have something for around the pool and in the shower. Then another interesting feature about this bag, and I think a lot of the Speedo bags now come with a little wet bag inside. So that's great, and it's clipped on at the moment in the bag. So it just sort of hangs in there, but you can take that off and just have it separately. So pretty good size, you can easily fit your swimsuit, goggles. And it's just nice to have a proper bag for that, because in the past, if I'd forgotten my own wet bag, you know, I'm easily ending up using like a plastic bag or not a proper thing really to put my wet stuff in. So that's handy, and it's handy that it clips into your bag like that so that you're not forgetting it. And then I've got a towel poncho. So I'm a really big fan of towel ponchos, and I'm still trying to start this as a trend because you don't see many people wearing these, at least in, you know, indoor swimming pools. But I always get questions actually when I wear it as to where I got it and things like that, because it's just so handy that when you come out the pool you just put something on, or come out the shower, sorry, I guess after the pool, but that you can just put it on straight away and you're already starting to dry. So this one is from a brand called Vivida Lifestyle. It's pretty good length, easily covers me like way down to my knee, and it's also got some pockets here as well, which is handy if, say, you've got a locker key or other little bits that you're taking with you to the poolside or to the shower. And then it's got a hood as well. Honestly, if I was like driving to the pool rather than walking, I think I would be tempted to even like get in my car and just go home in this. I'm not sure if that would be publicly acceptable, but yeah, it's really cozy and nice. And that brand, it's not the cheapest, but I think the quality is great, and the ones that I've got from that brand have lasted me so well, and they also wash really well. So still got some Speedo goggles. These have been really good, and I've got a Speedo long hair cap, which, to be honest, I've used no matter what length my hair is, because yeah, it just gives you that little bit of extra swim cap space and coverage for your hair. So even if you've got shorter hair than me, I would still recommend something like that if you find it a bit tricky getting a swim cap on and off. Okay, sponge bag. So this is the sponge bag that I'm using. This is one of the larger sponge bags from Space NK. I really like these because they're clear, so you can see everything that's in there. And actually, going back to my love of how things open, it opens fully like this, so you can just put it on the side, open it out, and it stands up by itself, and you can easily access everything. So inside here I've got shampoo and conditioner. These are from the brand Aussie, so these have been great, and they're quite a good big size for minis. Sometimes I decant my own shampoo into little miniature bottles. It just varies. Sometimes the bottles can be so tiny that it becomes a bit of a process trying to squeeze the shampoo in and actually get anything inside the bottle. So yeah. Also got a deodorant, so this is the Sanex Dermo Invisible. Again, I'm always looking for things that are very lightweight. This is one of the more lightweight deodorants that I've had. Then just got some minimal makeup items really. So firstly, some micellar water, which I always carry just with some cotton wool pads. If I have any makeup on already before I go in the pool, just need to make sure I take off like mascara or any traces of concealer. And then in terms of makeup that I might use when I come out, I'm really enjoying the brand Ilia. So this is a clean makeup brand, and they do lots of different products, but this is one of their foundation sticks, which is really handy because you can just draw it on and either rub it in with your fingers or using a little brush that they do. And I find that really handy because you only need a tiny bit just to feel like you've got some good coverage and that you're looking, you know, kind of presentable after you've come out of the pool and before you go back into the world. And then I also got one of these super cute blush bronzers that they do. So this is tiny if you look in comparison to the foundation. They also do full size of these, but yeah, this size is super good for swimming or for traveling, and again just gives you like a little bit of colour on your cheeks when you come out of the pool. And then I always carry a little perfume with me, so again sample sizes are really good just to save on weight. So this is Floral Street Arizona Bloom. I don't think that's going to focus, but yeah, you get the idea. And then I also carry a brow gel. This is one from Glossier, just the brown one. And finally, I've got this hairbrush. This is a hairbrush that I bought from Muji. So this is super tiny, and you can see in relation to my bag, it's just a great thing to have with you without taking up the space of a full hairbrush. And then I think I showed you my water bottle before, so this is just one that I've bought off Amazon. Ion 8 the brand is. This has been quite good. I'm always on the lookout for a bottle that's easy to drink from when I'm in the pool, so one like this which has the flip lid and you can just drink without having to fiddle around is really handy. And then perhaps the most important section of all is the snack section. So I'm celiac, so I have to eat gluten-free, and you should follow me on Instagram if you're in the market for knowing about healthy snacks to have and things like that. But I love to take with me relatively natural protein-filled snacks rather than going for, you know, many of the snacks that might be marketed for athletes and sports people and gym goers that can have, you know, so many dodgy ingredients in there, as well as, you know, the high protein. It's like if you're going to be ingesting lots of other stuff that's not so good for you, it kind of takes away the benefit. So at the moment I'm really loving this brand that we have here in the UK called Deliciously Ella. She's got all sorts of products, so she also does things like granolas and breakfast bars, and everything she does I think is vegan and gluten-free, or it's definitely gluten-free at the least. And yeah, these are oat bars, so that's mainly where your protein is coming from, and then they've also got nuts in there as well. So my favourite is the peanut butter oat bar, but I've also got here the hazelnut, pecan and maple oat bar. But yeah, they come in so many flavours. They have still got a few syrups in, like rice or date syrup, so there is, you know, some sweetener in there, but I feel like they're pretty good really. And they're really good as a snack, you know, a little while before you go into the pool, or that thing to have when you get out the pool, rather than just reaching for whatever is around when you come out and you're like super hungry from all that swimming. So I think final thing is just my padlock. So this I bought on Amazon from a brand called Fort Locks. Pretty cheap, I feel like it was maybe £7. This has been pretty good, and it's one of the ones obviously where you just put a code and you don't need to then carry a key around with you. You just set the code for the first time at the bottom and then it's locked to that code. Although I find most of the time these days when I'm going to pools, they've kind of got their own system for lockers and they give you a wristband or something that opens the locker. So yeah, I don't always need to take that, which is good because it can be a bit weighty in my bag. So that's everything that's in my swim bag for 2026. I'd love to hear what's in your swim bag, and also any thoughts on the bag itself. Have you tried out this Speedo bag? Which has been your favourite swim bag that you've used? Leave me a comment below and remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.